They also came in their thousands for the morning services across the coast, the children leading the way. On the Tweed, the veterans were delivered in vintage style.
Wonderful, wonderful, marvellous crowd.
As thousands marched, thousands more lined the streets.
It's very emotional indeed.
Before the journey that took 96 years ended at Jack Evans Boat Harbour, family and strangers we will never know, remembered and honoured.
Those who have fallen shall be held in sacred memory.
When World War I ended in 1918, there were less than 5 million Australians, and 1 in 17 of those knew someone who'd either died or been maimed in that conflict. They were 3 deep on the streets at Burleigh, cheering on their veterans. 4 generations of soldiers marched and 4 generations of families watched.
I think it makes me very happy.
Every vantage point was taken at the cenotaph as wreaths were laid to remember those lost, but the future was also celebrated by those who served.
That's very, very good to see the youngsters taking part in our most important day.
Huge crowds also lined the highway at Southport as vintage jeeps and other classics ferried their precious cargoes to the Parkland cenotaph. Once again, children and families were everywhere to salute a living part of Australian history.
Fire!
Every vantage point was taken as they remembered.
Lest we forget.
Surfers Paradise veterans also pounded the pavement on arguably one of the most scenic routes in Australia. Watched by people in bikinis and board shorts, hundreds turned out and shut down the centre of the city to remember the fallen. And hundreds more marched at Nerang, including the Rural Fire Brigade, delighted to be included for the first time.
We are honouring the Anzacs the best way we can is by marching for them.
While at Currumbin RSL they were having a quiet bevy in between the dawn and morning services, raising a glass in honour of fallen mates. For some, the world has turned full circle.
It actually holds that special key because I do remember going down to the Currumbin Surf Club as a little girl.
Lest we forget. Shan Vivers, NBN News. Shan Vivers, 9 Gold Coast News.